We have something a little bit different today, a Ryzen 7 5700G. Let me show you what's going on. As you can see, we have a little bit of damage. We have some severely bent pins and a broken pin here, and a bent pin here. We have some more bent pins in this corner, and some more bent pins and one broken pin in this corner. And we'll want to look over, yeah, there's another bent pin there. We'll want to look over this whole processor and make sure there are no more. First thing we'll want to do is see what we can do about the bent pins. If we can unbend them, great. If not, then we'll have to replace them. This repair is a little bit fiddly, and the fact that these pins can be a little bit hard to handle. The part that's soldered down to the CPU is domed, which makes things a little difficult as far as trying to hand solder these. The best method, I think, is going to be just to pick and place. We have our donor with the correct size pins. Okay, let's see what we can do about these bent pins first. It may be simpler to just replace the more severe ones. By simpler, I mean not that simple. If you've done a lot of these, it's probably academic. You don't have to be exact. You do have a little margin for error as far as straightening these out. Let's get them close. I don't think this one's going to be salvageable. This one might be. We'll see. That one has a low bend on it. Would be very hard to work out. Okay, well, not as bad as it was looking there. You can definitely get anal about this. It doesn't serve you to do that, as I'm being anal. Give us some room here. Okay. The socket a lot of times will straighten them out. And if you do make an error and break one, as long as you got replacements and the ability to do it, can replace them, so it's not the end of the world. Ideally, we will not break one though. Yes, you will sometimes knock another one trying to fix one. It just happens. It's not perfect, but he will be okay. Close is good. So we have 1, 2 here we need to deal with, and 1 here. Okay, a total of 3 that we need to replace. In order to replace these pins, I will need to set up my equipment. And while I set up my equipment, let me throw out my expected temperatures for this job. These temperatures are brought to you by the associate links in the description. If you go to my video description and click on one of these links and buy any of this equipment, a small portion of that purchase will go to supporting the channel. And I greatly appreciate you. It won't cost you an extra dime. Okay, I'm going to try to pull this nub just using my Pico pencil. May or may not succeed, may end up needing to do it with hot air. Definitely not succeeding. So let's bring in the hot air. We're going to be coming in at 20% airflow. We do not want to blow these pins. 450 degrees. Did we already get it? I don't think we got it. I'm going to do hot air assist while I bring in the iron. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So ideally, we're just going to pick and place. Grab one, wet, and then place. Like so. Solid. Nope, not solid. Alright, so I'm not going to try and put this one back on. I'm just going to pull another one, because trying to handle these pins after you've pulled them is not fun. Let's make sure we're fully wetted this time. And exceptionally stubborn. Ugh. And like I said, this is a very fiddly repair. These are flatter than the other ones. They might hand solder. That would be nice. I don't think I'll be able to do it with a Pico pencil though. I'm just getting them tacked down first. Get it to drag in. Alright, that may have to do. I'm betting the original ones on this is domed. It's got a little bit. Straighten our new guy out a little bit. Alright, should do. I'm going to go ahead and clean as I go. How are we knocking that camera? Foreign substances in there. Have a couple we need to deal with here. We'll take a look at this one, assuming we don't fling it off into the next dimension. So yeah, as you can see, it's domed. You may have to use hot air and the iron again. I'm not used to hot airing with this hand. Ah, shoot. I did not want to mess with that one. We'll just pull it. Very easy to make mistakes here. Again, we're going to try and pick in place, but so far we haven't had much success with that method. Okay, I do want to make sure that's solid. Gonna do us no good if it just pops right back off. Not really, so we're gonna help it out. Add a little bit of solder, and we'll see if we can get it to recenter up here. There we go. 2 more to do. One we're expecting, one we're not. There's a little amount of fluxes in here. Straighten out this joint. Okay, nice and solid. Just want to tack on there. Just straighten it out. Hopefully. Alright, draw it more to the center. There we go. So it wasn't ideal. We had a little bit of good fortune in the fact that these have a flat base and they're more hand solderable than the others. Straighten out our boys. That one's loose as heck. What the heck? I was not wanting to do another one. Yay me. I will not pretend to be excited. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't feel like we have a good hold on that one. Let's make sure we can actually place it. Okay. I may be able to manipulate this into place. Oh, these shaky hands. I may have to try it with hot air. Don't have anything I can get in with. Iron-wise. Probably asking for trouble on this, but I'm going to try and draw this one a little more center. Sitting a little bit off the pad. Okay, everybody solid. Straighten everybody out. Within an acceptable margin. Let's clean up. Make sure all the pins stay on there after we've cleaned up. I hope you're getting value out of this video. Just a reminder, if you find you're not ready to tackle this, I do offer these services, both locally and mail-in. Just head over to micromage.repair, click free quote, fill out the form, and I'll get back to you personally. If you mention this video, I'll give you 10% off on your repair. Okay, have one more scan around, just to make sure we did not miss anything. No more bent pins. No more broken pins. I want to do a real good scan for the broken pins because they can be a little bit hard to spot. I see no more broken ones though. And no more bent ones. Excellent. So as you saw, very fiddly, not particularly fun, but still very doable. If you got value out of this video, I think you'll get value out of this one. And I'll see you there. Until then, peace, love, and solder wick.